Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, where we dive deep into the books that can help you live a more focused and meaningful life. Today, we're tackling Cal Newport's Digital Minimalism, Choosing a Focused Life in a Noisy World, a guide to reclaiming your time and attention in an increasingly digital world. Just a heads up, this episode is divided into two sections. Starting off with our usual narrative summary and followed by real-life scenario and advices that you can implement in your career and everyday life. So stay tuned until the end of the video for these exclusive advice. Chapter 1: A Lopsided Arms Race. Remember those early days of Facebook and the iPhone? Remember thinking, this is fun, but it won't consume my life? Surprise! We've stumbled backwards into a digital world where we spend hours glued to screens, compulsively checking for notifications and feeding our insatiable craving for digital approval. But this wasn't an accident. As Bill Maher puts it, the tycoons of social media have to stop pretending that they're friendly nerd gods building a better world and admit they're just tobacco farmers in t-shirts selling an addictive product to children. Tristan Harris, a former Google design ethicist, confirms this, stating, "There's a whole playbook of techniques that get you using the product for as long as possible. They've turned our phones into slot machines, exploiting our brain's vulnerability to intermittent positive reinforcement and the primal need for social approval. The result? We're losing control, sacrificing our precious time for fleeting digital trinkets, unaware of the cost we pay with our well-being. This thing is a slot machine," quoted by Tristan Harris. Bill Maher said the App Store wants your soul. And Tristan Harris quoted, "They are programming people." Chapter 2: Digital Minimalism. Are you tired of feeling like a slave to your devices? Enter digital minimalism. It's not about throwing your phone in a lake and living off the grid. As Newport defines it, digital minimalism is a philosophy of technology use in which you focus your online time on a small number of carefully selected and optimized activities that strongly support things you value, and then happily miss out on everything else. It's about being intentional, choosing quality over quantity. Minimalists use technology to support their values, not to fill every free moment with mindless distraction. Tyler, a digital minimalist, discovered this firsthand. He explains, "When I tell people I quit social media, their response is, 'I wish I could do that, but I just can't.' The reality, however, is that they literally have no good reason to be on social media." Minimalism means asking tough questions like, does this technology truly benefit my life, and is this the best way to use it? It's echoing Thoreau's timeless wisdom, the cost of a thing is the amount of what I will call life which is required to be exchanged for it, immediately or in the long run. By optimizing our tech usage, we maximize its benefits and reclaim control over our time, says Newport. Chapter 3: The Digital Declutter. Ready for a change? Newport suggests a radical approach, the digital declutter. Take a 30-day break from optional technologies. Yes, you heard that right. Put down your phone, close your laptop, and step away from the digital noise. Initially, you might feel twitchy, like Doria, who found herself compulsively pulling out her phone even after removing all the distracting apps. But soon, the detox sets in. The urge to check fades, and you begin to rediscover activities that bring you real satisfaction. Brooke, a participant in Newport's mass declutter experiment, describes her experience. "Stepping away for 31 days provided clarity I didn't know I was missing." The declutter is more than just a break, Newport explains. The goal of this final step is to start from a blank slate and only let back into your life technology that passes your strict minimalist standards. The goal? This process will help you cultivate a digital life in which new technologies serve your deeply held values as opposed to subverting them without your permission. Chapter 4: Spend Time Alone. Solitude isn't just for hermits and philosophers. It's essential for everyone. In our hyper-connected world, we've forgotten the power of being alone with our thoughts. Blaise Pascal, a brilliant mind from the 17th century, warned us about this centuries ago. All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone. Solitude helps us clarify our thinking, regulate our emotions, and build moral courage. Remember President Lincoln? He famously escaped the chaos of the White House for a quiet cottage to reflect and make crucial wartime decisions. Solitude doesn't require a mountain retreat, just intentional disconnection from digital noise. Leave your phone at home, take long walks in nature. As Nietzsche famously said, only thoughts reached by walking have value. Embrace quiet reflection and maybe even write letters to yourself. Rediscover the joy of thinking deeply, free from constant distractions. Wendell Berry reminds us of the profound power of solitude. We enter solitude, in which also we lose loneliness. Chapter 5. Don't click like. Social media promises connection, but can it truly fulfill our deep human need for meaningful social interaction? The truth is, online connections are shallow compared to the rich, nuanced communication we experience in the real world. Sherry Turkle, a leading voice on technology and society, argues face-to-face conversation is the most human and humanizing thing we do. So here's a radical idea from Newport: don't click like. Ever. And while you're at it, stop leaving comments on social media posts as well. Resist the urge to leave comments and instead invest your time in real conversations. Pick up the phone, meet a friend for coffee, have dinner with your family. By prioritizing conversation over connection, we reclaim the richness of human interaction and strengthen our relationships in a way that no emoji can replicate. Social media expert Jennifer Gridgel confirms this by saying, "I don't think we're meant to keep in touch with so many people." Chapter 6. Reclaim leisure. How do you spend your free time? Scrolling through social media feeds? Binge watching Netflix? It's time to reclaim your leisure. As Aristotle argued over 2,000 years ago, the best and most pleasant life is the life of the intellect. This means pursuing activities that bring you genuine satisfaction and meaning, not just fleeting amusement. Newport suggests a shift in thinking: prioritize demanding activities over passive consumption. Learn a new skill, fix something, build something, join a group, volunteer. Cultivate virtuous hobbies, as Liz Thames, an advocate for intentional living, calls them. Remember Peter Denny's philosophy: if you leave me alone for a day, I'll have a joyful time rotating between carpentry, weight training, writing, playing around with instruments in the music studio, making lists and executing tasks from them. Don't let technology dictate your leisure time. Use it strategically to support your interests, but remember that real satisfaction comes from engaging with the world in a more hands-on and social way. Gary Rogowski, a furniture maker, beautifully captures the essence of this: people have the need to put their hands on tools and to make things. We need this in order to feel whole. Chapter 7. Join the attention resistance. The attention economy is a powerful force, carefully engineered to capture your time and attention. But you can fight back. Join the attention resistance. This isn't about becoming a Luddite, but about using technology on your terms, not on Silicon Valley's. Newport emphasizes the importance of this: to approach attention economy services with intentionality is instead better understood as a bold act of resistance. Delete social media from your phone, embrace slow media, dumb down your smartphone, and use social media like a professional. As social media expert Jennifer Gridgel advises, approach social media as if you're the director of emerging media for your own life. Have a careful plan for how you use the different platforms, with the goal of maximizing good information and cutting out the waste. Remember, it's your time, your attention, your life. Newport reminds us that digital minimalism is a journey, not a destination. The key to sustained success with this philosophy is accepting that it's not really about technology, but is instead more about the quality of your life. Choose to invest them wisely in activities that bring you lasting satisfaction and meaning. This section talks about real-life scenarios and practical advice that we can implement in our everyday life. As a career-minded individual, it's easy to feel pressured to maintain a constant online presence. You might tell yourself that endless scrolling and liking are crucial for networking and career advancement. But digital minimalism urges you to recognize the trap of passive consumption. These platforms are designed to keep you hooked for their profit, not your progress, much like tobacco farmers, as Bill Mayer puts it. Instead of trying to be everywhere, strategically choose 1 to 2 platforms that genuinely benefit your career and where your target audience resides. Then, block distracting social media sites during work hours and dedicate specific time slots for focused networking. If you're juggling multiple projects and feeling overwhelmed by the constant influx of emails, Slack messages, and online tools, remember the core principle of digital minimalism: focus on high-value activities. Apply the minimalist technology screen to each tool you use. Ask yourself, does this directly support my core career goals? Is it the best way to achieve this goal? And can I optimize its use to maximize value and minimize distractions? Make deep work a priority by carving out time for focused, distraction-free work on high-impact projects. Embrace single-tasking and minimize interruptions. Additionally, streamline your communication by setting boundaries for email and instant messaging, utilizing consolidated communication blocks, and avoiding constant checking. Feeling overwhelmed by your digital life? Consider a 30-day digital declutter. Take a month-long break from optional technologies like social media, news sites, and streaming entertainment. This will not only reset your digital habits but also allow you to rediscover deep focus. Use this declutter period to re-engage with focused work practices, tackle challenging projects, practice deep thinking, and rediscover your flow state. At the end of the declutter, only reintroduce technologies that directly support your key career values and goals, with strict operating procedures. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to neglect the importance of solitude for career success. But taking time to think strategically about your career, generate creative ideas, or simply process the information overload from your workday is crucial. Embrace solitude walks, schedule regular, long walks without your phone to think through career challenges, generate ideas, and decompress from work stress. Keep a dedicated notebook for reflecting on your career goals, brainstorming solutions, and processing complex professional situations. Also, designate a quiet, distraction-free thinking space, even a corner of your home, for focused thinking and strategic planning. While online networks can be valuable for career advancement, the superficiality of digital connections can be limiting. Instead of relying on likes and comments, focus on building genuine relationships. Invest time in meaningful conversations through phone calls, video chats, or in-person meetings. Use online platforms strategically to identify valuable contacts, and then transition the interaction to a more substantial form of communication. Remember, a smaller, more engaged professional network built on genuine interaction is far more valuable than a vast network of superficial connections. Don't be afraid to disconnect from the noise and prioritize quality over quantity. Constant work can lead to burnout, hindering your career performance and creativity. To combat this, make high-quality leisure a priority. Embrace active leisure activities that engage your mind and body. Learn a new language, play a musical instrument, engage in physical activity, or join a social club. Focus on skill-building activities that can benefit your career, such as writing, public speaking, or taking on leadership roles in clubs. And treat these high-quality leisure activities with the same importance as your work commitments, schedule them in advance, and protect that time from distractions. Finally, join the attention resistance movement and protect your valuable time. The attention economy is constantly vying for your focus, but you can fight back. Use tools like Freedom to block distracting websites and apps during work hours, only allowing access during scheduled breaks. If using social media for career purposes, treat it as a professional tool. Follow relevant influencers, engage in focused discussions, and avoid mindless scrolling. And consider switching to a simpler phone or using a tethered dumb phone during work hours to eliminate the constant pool of notifications and distractions. By applying the principles of digital minimalism to your career, you can reclaim your time and attention, build stronger relationships, and ultimately achieve greater success and fulfillment in your professional life. Think deeper, connect intentionally, and reclaim your time. Because at the end of the day, a focused mind is your most valuable career asset. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and share it with your ambitious friends. And don't forget to subscribe for more insightful dives into the books that can help you build a life of focus and intention. Until next time, stay minimal.